and we're told to use our knowledge of the method of factorization to obtain this equation first, and then having obtained this equation, we're expected to obtain values of x that will further lead us to obtain the sides of this triangle. Now, the first observation we must make here would be this, that because this is negative, you're going to have a negative and a positive as your answer. And you will only be interested in the positive because the length of any side of any figure must always be a positive value. So before you go ahead to solve, you must keep these thoughts in mind. So if that is understood, I'm going to put a right angle here, but that's what I was giving. This is a right angle triangle. So obviously, we would borrow a concept called Pythagoras theorem. How would that work? I know from my Pythagoras that this square plus this square will give me what? 29 squared. Is that not? That's our basic knowledge from Pythagoras, that this square plus this square will give me this square. So what would be the next thing I will do? What will be the next thing I will do? Quite simple. Now, I'm going to do a lot of, because it's an A-level experience, I'm going to do a lot of work on my left hand side and then just bring here the summary. So this one is quite simple. I know what this will be. This will be 4x squared. I hope I got that right. Then this will give me, using my, there's a technique I use, we call it the Wakanda approach. This will give me 4x squared plus 4x plus 1 equal to 29 squared should give me 841. So I'm not a fan of calculators, so sometimes you pardon me for that. So that will give me 841. So, oh, sorry, this is 4x. So let's okay, 4x when I'm right. Now, treat this. This will give me 8x squared plus what? 4x plus 1 minus. I need to bring this back to do. Okay, that was too fast for me. Now, this will be 8x squared plus 4x minus 840 equal to 0. Now, what do? I can divide through by 4. If I do that, I'm going to have 2x squared plus x minus 210 equal to 0, which is a direct semblance of what we are told to show. So it would mean that our first aspect of the work is done. Now, the next aspect will require you to apply your knowledge of what? Factorization. And to do that, I've done extensive videos on this. So I will just apply the principle. I will look at this. Remember I said that if the coefficient of x squared is 1, this is the product. But when the coefficient of x squared is not 1, the product of factors, as you may call it, will be multiplying this times this. So 210 times 2 give what? 420. I'll just use this part of my board because that's something that really doesn't concern us there, just for us to get what we need from this idea and then apply them there. So 420. Now, the next thing I'm going to pay attention to will be this one, the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is 1, and 1 is an odd number. And because 1 is an odd number, the factors I must take must be such that it will give me 1. And then we go back to our elementary arithmetic. The only way you get an odd number is to add an even number with an odd number. So the factors I'm looking for, one must be odd and one must be what? Even. So I'll start by breaking this. I can have 4 times 105. Then I can have 4 times, I can break this to what? 21 times 5. And it looks fast for me because it's something I'm already used to. And if I break these two together or multiply them, I'm going to get 20 times 21. These are the factors I need to work with. Because if I add them, I'm going to, if I multiply them, I'll get what? 420. And remember, anytime you see negative here, it would imply that one is positive and the other is what? Negative. Anytime you see a negative product position, it means that one of the factors you're working with is negative and one of the product is what? Positive. So, the next thing you check, look at this. This is what? Are we together? This is positive. And because this is positive, it will mean that the bigger number, now you're going to have two numbers, big and small. To get a positive, big must be positive. Big must be bigger than negative and than what? Small. So if this is positive, I will assign negative to the small. But if the result I'm getting here is negative, I will assign negative to big and positive to what? Small. So with that understanding, I would apply. This will be 2x squared minus 20x plus 21x minus 210 equal to 0. So I can easily apply my factorization here. And that will be what? 2x into x minus 10 plus 21 into x minus 10 equal to 0. So clearly from here, I know that x minus 10 will multiply 2x plus 21 equal to 0. So with this, it's obvious that the answers I'm looking for will be x equal to 10 or x equal to what? Negative 21 over 2. But remember, length cannot be negative. So this information is not relevant. It's not important to us. Because what we're dealing with is length, the information that's important to me will be what? This one, x equal to 10. So that, okay, let's say x equal to 10 or x is equal to negative 21 over 2. So I'll simply say that what? X is equal to 10. So I will apply that to the knowledge of the sides. So from this, 2x will simply be 2 times 10, which will be 20. And 2x plus 1 will simply be 2 times the 10 plus 1, which will be 21. So obviously the sides or the lengths of the side of this triangle will simply be what? 10, 21, and 29.